Come on, Bitsy.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another simple signal stream. I am Brogan and today, we're going to go through Bitcoin. I just brain farted the intro. I don't know what happened. I think it's my brain fart came from the utter just red, the spew of red all over my screen. it's a mess. I was too focused on what's going on right there. But welcome everybody to the stream. Hopefully you're all had a brilliant day. Hope you're doing well. You know, a mix of those two words together, and hopefully your day's been going well. Hopefully your trades have been going well recently as well. I don't know if any of you guys are active traders or are, you know, a buy and run away type of scenario. But, you know, if you have any trades open or anything's going, you know, on in crypto or trading in general, hopefully it's going well. I am Brogan, and we do a little stream. If anyone's new here, I think I want to start doing a little part on the intro as well. For people who are new, if you haven't watched the stream before, we go through the usual, go from Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana at the start of every stream. We stream normally Monday and Wednesday. I believe it's Monday, Wednesday. But obviously this Wednesday is different. But, you know, we stream twice a week, and we can just look at the charts. And the more important part I want to get into, if you've got a coin to cover, you know, if you're new, you have coins, you're like, I don't know how to do TA on this. I don't know what's going on with this coin. Give it to me, put it in the chat. I will say the coin's name out loud to acknowledge I've seen the coin. I'll add it to my list, and I will look at it after I've looked at the main coins. So if you've got any coins you want me to do TA on, active, live TA, I will do it if you put the name of it in the chat. So I think that's all I have to cover, really, for the intro. Yeah, thank you all for joining me, actually. You know, that's the thing I want to say more often during the streams. Thank you all of you for joining me. And I say this on the normal streams as well, when I'm in on Saturday. You know, the support of just being here and watching and being here on the stream is more than enough for me. And thank you all so much for spending time watching the stream. Obviously, I know the stream just started, but, you know, for the regulars out here. But anyway, I've waffled. Let's have a quick look at CoinMarketCap, see what's going on generally in the market. Now, I can kind of already gauge what's going on by what's going on with, you know, this whole shebang. I can't even put it into words. The feelings I'm having right now when I'm looking at this, it's just red. There's like no green. It's a bit of a mess. So I can kind of deduce, and hopefully we all can collectively deduce, it's not really been a good day, and really weak. Matter of fact, it's not really been a good week. Obviously, I know it's Monday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, it's the day. Oh no, actually no. To be fair, it is over the 7 days, so it's from this Monday to last Monday, because otherwise the 24 and the 7 day would be different. So to be fair, no, has been a week. Over the week, it's been a mess, and the 24 hour and the 1 hour. So we're a bit red. So we can kind of gauge what we're going into. Now we've been red for quite a while. Seen as though the 7 day we are red pretty much every single statistic over the 1 hour to the 7 day. So, you know, my feelings, obviously this is my feelings anyway, is, you know, we can't go down forever. You can never go up forever. Obviously you can have big moves, but you always have to test the support. So we must have had some big moves downwards. Obviously we can get to the charts in a minute. We've obviously seemingly had big moves downwards across the entire market. So what would make sense for me to say, before I've looked at any of the charts, that we should hopefully see some positive news in the charts. So my bias right now, going into the charts, is going to be we're going to hopefully see some bullish movement towards the higher end of things. Obviously that will hopefully not change, but probably will change when we look at the charts right now. So can I ask for a coin? Yes, absolutely, you can ask for a coin. And if you're on one of the places, which have a really fast moving chat and there's a lot of spam, just put the coin a couple times. Like I said at the start, I will read it out loud and I'll say it to acknowledge that I've seen it. So yeah. I'm scrolling right now just to see if there's any coins I've missed. I don't think so. I do not think I've missed anything. Okay, I'm up to date on there. Again, like I said, if I'm not up to date, I haven't read out the coin, just put it again. So we're looking at near protocol. Okay, so we've got near. Mike's talk about it, right? Okay, so I like this. I like these ones. I like the coins where Mike's done a video on them or something like that. And then I kind of do the charts on it. Also, I think he does the charts as well normally in his videos. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna move on. So a little game we play on the stream when we look at the charts is kind of this scenario of it's like a Dora the Explorer thing. If any of you ever watched Dora the Explorer, or your kids do, whatever, how old, you know, it doesn't matter. If you've just seen it, you understand what can we see with this thing, or in the show, it's normally like it asks the audience type of thing. We kind of have some sort of that thing going on where normally I don't really remember what's going on with the charts. I draw them, my greatness is unleashed upon the charts, and then it leaves and I forget everything. It's kind of a blur. The normal me closes his eyes and opens them an hour ahead when the stream's finished. So currently right now, I can't remember what's going on. So we're going to have to quickly look at what I've drawn. It's more so, what's the chart done? What have I drawn? And see what's going on. So I drew this line. I don't know when. Okay, I remember this. Yeah, so I drew this line, and I said we're going to come down to this area and then come upwards, which we did. And I always say this as well. Whenever I draw on the charts with a pen, it's never about the time frame. It's always about the movement. So the general movement, as you can see, it came down over here, it arced over here, and then it came upwards over here, which is the general movement of the line which I drew. So I was right in that regard. So obviously, you know, if you traded that with 100 million, you got some profit. Maybe give me a bit of a commission. Hopefully, that'd be really nice. The donate button is always there for whatever platform you're on. You don't have to donate anything, but it is greatly appreciated if you did, support the channel and keep us going. So it seemed like we had obviously a little downtrend going on over here. Actually, it looks like we're in a proper trend if we account for this point here. Let me make sure it's properly done. Okay, so it's roughly about that. So it looks like we're kind of in a range. We've been bouncing, but obviously we have hit support now, which I did talk about these two lines last stream as well. Or these two areas, which are these order blocks. This big one is a daily order block. So from what I mentioned, the big one, I think I mentioned this last stream. I believe I did. Or if it wasn't on the Bitcoin chart, it was on a different chart. What I talk about is if the order block isn't on the time. So, for example, this order block, the big one, the one I'm moving right now, that was drawn on the daily, but we're on the 1 hour right now. So the daily, it will look like a normal order block, but on the 1 hour, we might dip into it quite easily, and go here, there, and everywhere within it. But interestingly, we can see the midpoint of the big one, which is this higher line we came to exactly. So this order block is a pretty strong order block, which makes sense. It's a daily order block. Like, it's going to be strong. Like, if you went to the daily, or if you went to the weekly and drew an order block and looked at the daily, you would see it dip inwards, but you would see it hit the midpoint pretty accurately. So what I'm saying here is, even though we've dipped into it like this, it makes sense because explaining the fact that we're on the daily. But this lower one here, I believe this is maybe the 4 hour or something like that. I think it's 4 hour. I don't know when I drew it. I think, yeah, it's the 4 hour. So this is a 4 hour one. So you can see on the 4 hour, obviously we did touch the midpoint one, but we also bounced off the lower one on 6 a.m. Today. We did touch it as well. But it's a shorter time frame order block, and it's going to be a bit different. But we have touched it, and as you can see, bouncing off it here pretty accurately and coming to a stop, basically. So we've come to a stop. This is good support. Obviously, I said this was good support up here, and obviously we fell down. But I think I said it last stream, and even the stream before we fell down, I said the lowest points down here, these are going to be really strong. Obviously, I did back this up with when we looked at the heat maps. I will probably look at the heat maps again as well on the ATS platform, whether it's however you say it. I'll probably actually bring it up right now. Start bringing up, and we can look at the heat maps quickly just to see what the orders are, where the orders are, what's going on, the data basically. So we also seems like we have a shorter term small order block. Where's my rectangle? There it is. So we can see here we kind of have a small one going on here. Probably give us some sort of difficulty, aka basically saying we're gonna probably come down a bit. But I don't think this is quite small. Well, it's not going to be something strong. I think it's just a little statement of we come down, we maybe either come to here or come to here and then come back upwards. I'm just going to look across quickly just to see if there's any other order blocks. Maybe something there, but it doesn't really matter because it's far away. Who cares? So I do think this will be a slight bit. I'm basically going to draw a midpoint line of there. So somewhere within here, obviously we could surpass it a bit. That's how an order block works. But it's probably, like I said, a scenario where we've done this, we've come down, either touch here, maybe I'll say worst case scenario down here, and then come upwards again. That kind of coincides with the data we can see on our market cipher. We have a negative moving momentum, negative moving VWAP, and the money flow is also coming down. So on the 1 hour, we're generally bearish, which, it's not nice, but it's not, again, the momentum wave is actually pretty low. This made sense. This is actually really good, actually. This is an anchor trigger wave. I haven't really talked about these in a while, but this is an anchor trigger wave. As you can see, is it a proper, it's technically an anchor trigger wave because you've got this big wave here. CryptoFace talks about this. If you want to go look into it more, if you do use Mark Cipher, or you use this indicator, which I have here, which is kind of a a sneaky reinterpretation by me, because obviously I made some significance, which you can see on the screen, the purple ones, which we're actually giving away on Wednesday. I'll talk about that maybe at the end of the stream. But I also, we also remade Mark Cypher because, we're starting out, we don't have all this capital to start spending money on all these indicators, and this works more than okay. But anyway, we can see anchor trigger wave here, boom. This movement here, as soon as this printed out properly, came down, we had the negative movement. So a good anchor trigger wave there. Just point it out, just to kind of read the data, just pointing it out. But in that regard, let me see. The reason I was saying that was I was going to compare this momentum with this momentum over here. However, the reason this movement happened was because of the anchor trigger wave, and not because our momentum was in this scenario. Because you can see, money flows moving a similar direction, VWAP was moving the same, momentum moving the same. So this scenario over here and this scenario right now, which we have, they're basically identical. However, obviously we had this big old wave over here, and we didn't have this wave over here, or right now. However, if you were to compare it, you would probably come with the assumption that we would come back down again, maybe towards support down here, and then come upwards. So from what I have so far in the 1 hour, it looks like we might come down. And like I said, the lowest, I'm giving the worst case scenario right now, over here, coming towards about 62,000, and then bringing back upwards. Probably not bouncing off this 63,000, but probably within, I'm actually going to be a bit more generous and be 63,000 here, which would be a decent resistance point here. So something like this. But this is what we have so far, so we're quickly going to move to the 4 hour and the daily just to see what's going on. We actually have better bullish movement on the 4 hour, which is nice. So what does that say to me? Well, that says that this movement would be within the next 3 hours. Or actually, when's the next print from this? It would be within the hour. So maybe within the next couple hours would be that movement, if it was to happen. I don't think it's going to necessarily happen. We'll look at it in a minute. However, we do have a question. We have a question actually from a certain platform. How far will Bitcoin fall? Well, yeah, that's what we're getting to. So, how far will Bitcoin fall? Well, from what I have on the 1 hour, and I'm being quite negative with this, it would be towards about 62,000. I don't see it going much lower. Lowest, I don't think it's going to go to this 61.7. However, this was decent support. I'm going to get into the heat maps in a minute as well. After I look at the 4 hour and maybe the day, I will look at the heat maps quickly just to see if there's any significant changes within support and resistance zones, dependent on the heat map, aka order flow. So 4 hour bullish. What does that say to me? If the 1 hour movement was to happen, it would happen within the next couple hours, and then that's that. However, the next print for the 4 hour is in an hour. So this bullish movement, if it continues, which it could very well do, the momentum is quite low, so moving upwards would be pretty good. I could probably see it maybe coming upwards towards, probably breaking 63, not staying too low. Maybe coming upwards towards maybe 63, towards here, within the next 4 hours, 8 hour, 4 hours to 8 hours cycle would be probably coming upwards, which is what I would hope for, seeing as though we've come down so crazy. Probably hitting, as you can see, if we draw a line here, the bottom of the order block, which is a significant resistance point as well, coincides with this trend line we have, which we've already drawn across this downwards movement. So if these two meet, that's pretty good resistance anyways. So it would probably be max scenario within the next 4, 8, 12 would be 63.5. Quick look at the day though. It's just 4 days of negativity. It's pretty negative as well on the daily. So negative money flow, which is going to be bad anyway. Negative momentum, negative VWAP. Oh, the VWAP's starting to maybe arc. So I still think there's negativity. I don't know if there's going to be a day negativity, but we do have, actually, I could probably change this. It's not quite that accurate. There we go. That's more accurate then. Okay, so order block, yeah, boom. I don't know, because the daily, it takes a while, and there's a lot more action within a day, obviously 24 hours within a day. So I think to change this wouldn't be too hard, but momentum's been coming. I mean, money flow's been coming down for forever now, and we can see we've had positive movement. So this negative money flow movement isn't be all end all. However, it is. When I talk about it, I do talk a lot about how money flow is basically the trend, and as you can see, since the top of this money flow till now, we've been going down. Whether obviously over the trend, boom, down. Obviously, slight bit up to test. down right now. So we're basically in a negative trend. So we could come upwards. We could have a couple of days of coming upwards, but I think it's basically the positive movement would be to test some sort of resistance. So within the day, you know, we could have wicks like this, would be pretty crazy, which would maybe bring us back upwards, you know, 64,000. Obviously, that's a bit extreme right now, but you get the picture in terms of we can have positive movements with a negative money flow. It's kind of it's more so like if you see within these trends, what caused these positive movements whilst money flow is moving down. So I'll take this example, like near here, these green wicks, money flow is moving downwards. However, what's moving upwards? Well, VWAP's moving upwards and momentum's moving upwards. So if momentum starts to move upwards and VWAP, precedes the, I think, comes before, don't use the wrong word, comes before momentum movement, which comes before money flow. So with here, VWAP, we can see it's starting to like kind of do it. So it's been coming upwards, came downwards, but now it's starting to flatten a bit. So it could start to come upwards again, which would mean momentum could start to come upwards eventually. So give it a couple of days is what I'm saying, and we could have this positive movement. So you can see here, like as we're coming down, VWAP's coming upwards, which means momentum comes upwards. And as soon as really the momentum starts to arc properly, we become, you know, we come into this multiple wick or multiple candle positive movement. So what does this say to me? Well, I think we stay within the mud a bit within the next maybe like, let's just call it like 2 days maybe. And then as VWAP comes upwards, hopefully, this is assuming VWAP comes upwards, momentum will start to come upwards, and then we'll have positive movement back up towards the positivity. So I think this is a daily. So we've come upwards, come downwards. I think we're in the trough over here. This is a big area, and then we come upwards again to maybe high point, maybe 66. But we'll look at the heat map in a minute. So that's my daily analysis. I think we're going to kind of stay within this small area, not have too much, you know, volatility, and then come upwards. 4 hour, it's bullish, so maybe, you know, but I think within the hour, I do think we move down to test this support and then come back upwards. So maybe 62,000 is what I'd say. But I think on the daily, in general, I think we have this sort of movement. Like I said, this puddle is basically it's like a discombobulator. It goes in, you can't see what's happening, and it just comes out. So this mess here, the candles are just going to come in, things are going to happen, and then we're going to come upwards. This is what I think, based on the fact that I think VWAP will come upwards, and the momentum will eventually change, and then we will have a similar movement. We'll have like a couple days of movement upwards, which would probably bring us towards 66. So what time frame is this? Is about this is about 4 days. So maybe towards, like, maybe in a week. Give it a week, you might go towards 66. But again, bear in mind, we're not at our goal, guys. Unfortunately. However, our goal stops at the 15th of May, so we still have possibility. We still have possibility to get to the 90k. I'm holding on for dear life. 90k, 15th of May. I've moved the goalpost now. Now, when I've talked about this kind of pennant, obviously we've fallen out of it. It doesn't matter, but you know it could still happen. What I said about it was I'm joking about it, but if it happens, I'm going to say I told you so. So yeah, that's what I think of Bitcoin. So quick roundup before I move on. I'm going to quickly look at the heat map. Actually, no, I'll quickly look at the heat map. Let me log in and have a look at this quickly. We do have a question actually while I'm waiting for the heat map thing to load up. So hello, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Can you please do a quick analysis on BXN? I can certainly do that. So to say. Let me close that. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana come first. I said this at the start of the stream, said this during. I have a really itchy nose for some reason. I look at the main coins first, and then I move linearly through the list of coins which we have throughout the stream. So first is going to be Near Protocol, and then it's going to be BXN, but I will cover it during the stream. So we'll quickly go on the Bitcoin now. Just quickly look at the heat maps, try and get a little bit of a setup. Obviously, it's not on the stream right now, I don't think anyway. So I'm just going to relay the information which I have from this chart, because I can't be bothered to change the thing because it's just not working. So let me quickly have a look. So let me get the heat map up so it's a bit easier to see what's going on. Here we go. Okay, so it's a bit messy, but you know, obviously you guys can't see it, so it doesn't matter if it's messy or not. Go on the hour. All right, so what do we have? So we have quite deep. You know what? Okay, you know what? I can take a screenshot, can't I? That's the strategy, wasn't it? All right. Okay, this is actually good. Okay, this is good. This is good. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this, and then I'm gonna talk about the key kind of areas within what I can see. So let me go over here, off the map a bit. Let me minimize this. So this is the chart which I have. Why is the? Let me go back. Okay, so this is the chart I have, which displays. You know, it's basically a heat map of all the kind of, you know, the order blocks. So basically the orders, which map the orders, which is the basic data. Obviously, just look in the heat maps if you want to. So we've got the price bar over here as well. So we've got a significant area at this point here. This one. Now the settings are a bit dodgy. They always change, but basically the more kind of white and dense it is, the stronger it is. Now these points are very okay. So this color and this color, they're very, very strong. I just need to give like a little like key of it. So this price point here, as you can see from this top point, this is about 63.8. I would say that is. So 63,800 is going to be a significant resistance point. We also have big support, which is no surprise to anybody, between 62,000 and 62.4, which I've already mapped out on my order block anyway. So we've got this big sort of support area, which, you know, like I said, no one's really too much surprised about. So again, so 36.8, oh, 63.8, significant resistance point. Bear that in mind. You can ignore these fair value gaps; they don't really matter. But the significant area, which is what I want to talk about, is this up here. You can see this big kind of area, of resistance up here, which starts at about 66,400. So I'm gonna delete this now. So key points: 63.8 and 64. Actually, no. You know what? Let me map it. I'm on the day. 64 hour. It's a bit messy. Okay, so what was the price point? It was 64.4. So let me do considerable points over here. So 64.4. I'll make this like a crazy color or something. And 63.8. Okay, so these 2 points have significant resistance, significant sell orders, significant positions where it will bring us down in terms of the price. Now these 2 points, where are they? Well, one is the direct, pretty much the top of this order block, and one is near the middle of this order block. So yeah, let's put it out. So obviously, like I said, this big muddy area, I've already charted that. But this is kind of what I see going on. What was there any other significant areas? Yeah, 66.4. I've already drawn that, haven't I? So 64, 668. So I'm actually going to draw a little rectangle real quick just to show that. So 664 to 668. So this kind of area is what we had for the order. So this is the significant area which is going to give us trouble on the upside. So this is significant trouble area, very bad, not very good. Obviously down here, these, again, like I said, they're strong, they're considerable areas, which is why I'm talking about them. However, they're not like super strong, which is going to give super difficulty. But within the 4 hour time frame, the 1 hour, we probably would see difficulty. But on the daily, we could probably surpass it within 2 days, let's say. So significant resistance in these green areas and this rectangle here. So like I said, the general assessment is we're going to stay in the mud a bit down here where the low area is, and then we're going to start to come upwards. And obviously on the daily, I think it's going to be a general trek upwards. But I think within the lower time frames, we probably bounce off these price points, aka bounce off these order blocks, and then kind of come upwards towards this high point. Obviously, it's a bit optimistic. We'd have to see what's going on. Obviously, the news could play a part into this and probably hurt. But this is generally what I see with what's going on, especially with how we could have the daily move within, like I said, within the next coming days, if VWAP continues to do what it's doing, and the momentum moves upwards, similar to how it is back here, and then we move similar how we did back here towards 66.4. So yeah, that's kind of Bitcoin. Currently right now 62,000. Hover a bit and then towards 66.4. I'll move on to Ethereum now. I normally spend the longest time on Bitcoin anyway because it's genuinely the market, and then we look at Ethereum. and Solana quite quickly, and then we move on to other coins. So let's go on to the 1 hour, let's say. So what do we have? So yeah, this was, okay, I drew this during the fall, and then we had these order blocks, which we've been respecting. And also, symbol significance, the indicator, which will be given away for free on Wednesday. So do go join that stream. That'll be a good stream. It did catch up and did draw a support point down here, which we exactly bounced off right here and here. So that's pretty good as well. Pixel coin, I'll add that to the list. So yeah, like I said, so these order blocks were drawn during the time of the fall, and they have been respected pretty well, especially this one. You can see the midpoint of this one was pretty well respected. Obviously, I talk about, you know, order blocks that, you know, the top of it and the bottom of it are always just as important, or they're not as important as the midpoint, but they are significant price points to pay attention to. So it also seems like we had some sort of support over here, which stopped us. So if we go back towards over here, we can kind of see maybe some over here. And if we kind of bring this along, we might be able to see some sort of support here. There we go. So you can see, yeah, we basically had some sort of support here from that previous point, which we had as resistance and it had as support. So this is a significant order block as well, which I'll keep updated. So what do we have on the 1 hour? Positive momentum, pretty good. Money flow and the VWAP are coming down as well, which is not, you know, very good. So it makes sense we have this kind of, we have negative VWAP and money flow, however, positive momentum. It's kind of in a crossroads right now, if you will, of the price. It's kind of in a crossroads. It's kind of stuck between being bullish and bearish. But we are kind of keeping 31.56 as our support point, which is pretty good. So we need to hold this. But if Bitcoin moves down to where I think it could, I think we could go as low as 31.32 and then move upwards again towards where we need to go to. But in terms of see, on the 1 hour, I think I'm kind of keeping my assessment within what I said for Bitcoin. So with what I said for Bitcoin, like I said, I think we move to 62,000 and then hover within where we are right now at 62,000 and then come upwards. I'm going to keep that assessment. Obviously, if I keep the assessment, it's kind of like a house of cards. If that assessment goes wrong, everything goes wrong. However, I will keep with it. Don't worry. We come down and then hover and then come upwards. So bear that in mind. 31, 32 would be the price point. It's similar to 62,000 with Bitcoin. Kind of the same meaning. You know, with Bitcoin, I need water. I don't have any water. I need water. With Bitcoin, the lowest kind of point we saw was 62. Well, in this case, with Ethereum, it was about 31. Obviously, the lowest point was 31115, which seems to be some sort of decent price point, which could make sense if we pay attention to somewhere like here. And you can see midpoint of that is significant, I suppose, but I'm not going to pay attention to it. So 31, 32, low point for Ethereum, could come down to it if Bitcoin does what I think it might do. And then the trek upwards, well, that would probably be something like 3,224, somewhat upwards again. But if Bitcoin moves up, everything will kind of move upwards alongside it. So yeah, we'll see. So quickly move on to the 4 hour now. We are, again, still respecting this support point, which is good. Money flow is coming down, which is, you know, not good. But like I said, that's the general trend. General trend's negative. General trend's been negative since the top of here. Makes sense. Not really anything too crazy to say there. But VWAP is coming upwards, and it's been coming up for a while now. So what that shows me is that we could have positive movement for momentum. Similar to how I said with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was looking a bit bullish on the 4 hour. Not as Ethereum's not looking as bullish as Bitcoin was on the 4 hour, but it's not looking as negative as we saw on the 1 hour. So positivity could be in play. So something, where's my pen? Here it is. Something like this, you know, downwards, hoverage a bit down here, the discombobulator or whatever. This, boom, down here, and then move upwards again. Similar to how I think Bitcoin will do. Hover and then move upwards. So quickly look at the day. I'm not going to look too much more into it. Similar with this, kind of, it's a bit more negative. So maybe a bit more negativity to play into. But I think over the next, I think the movement for Bitcoin and Ethereum will be very similar to each other. So I don't really think there's too much more to add apart from looking at the heat map really quickly, just to see if there's any significant price points between where we are right now and anywhere else. So quickly look at Ethereum. Again, I will probably screenshot the chart and then post it up on the trading view, and then I'll draw a little bit of analysis on it. Okay, so what do we have? Let's have a little look. All right, so 3110 is a really significant price point, which just so happens to be really near this low point down here. Actually, I'll probably screenshot it. Actually, probably if I zoom out too much, it's going to break. All right, it's okay. Like I said, the settings are a bit dodgy within kind of this, so you have to bear that in mind. I'll put, you know what? No, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to change the settings on this. I'm going to make it actually look like something. All right, don't know what's up yet. Okay, there we go. That's good enough. It's a bit messy, but it can work. We can work with this. So what do we have? So let me get the prices in. Let me go to a random area on the chart, which doesn't have a lot of stuff. And then let's give this a little bit of a zoom so we can see what price points we have for Ethereum. So what do we have? So we can see we've got a general area below us down here. So our price point is currently this white line there. The lowest point we have, one of the lowest points we have is nearly 3130. 3130 actually could be one of the price points down here. I think it was one. Yeah, so 3130? I think it was. Well, 3130 also just so happens to be the lowest point of our order block. 3130, yeah, it makes sense to me. Let's go back to it. Obviously, we also have nearly about 3150. Oh no, yeah, about 3115, which I think I also pointed out anyway. So the important parts I'll actually point out, this kind of chunk here, which spans between about 3230. About 3230 is this significant area. So if we go to our chart now, it goes to 3230. Is there anything significant we've already charted? 3230. 3230 is about here. We haven't charted, so I'm going to draw this as a line about 3230. It's not going to be exact, so bear with it, but I will draw a line anyway. 3230, significant line there. I'll quickly have one last look really at it just to see if there's anything more important. We've got one at about 3265 maybe, and then some at about 3280. So 3280 and 3260 kind of there. So 3280. So 3280 is where I think, yeah, so as you can see, this basically 2% padding, this line here, where it goes up to. 3280 is where I think there's difficulty. Obviously 3260 as well alongside that, which I will also draw about here. So we've got green lines. So again, like I said, on the daily, I think we will surpass it. There'll be no issue. But I think obviously within the hour time frames, you'll see some sort of difficulty at these price points here. But in general, I think we do something similar to Bitcoin. We kind of hover how I think. Has it bottomed or more pain expected? Possible to get charted? Well, I'll quickly go back to my Bitcoin chart and just show you what I talked about. So let me go on the daily because it's a bit messy. So I call this the discombobulator. So basically, my assessment and my kind of my reckon is that the VWAP moves upwards and starts to have positivity, and then eventually, after give it like 3 days, the momentum will move upwards, and then we'll have a couple of days of positive movement, which I think over the day time frame will bring us towards 66. I think best case 66, or maybe 66, 65, 80s per worst case. Best case probably something within 6640, or 66400, whatever. I'm just going to draw that across as well to bear that in mind. So I think worst case, obviously, about 66,000 is basically where I see some sort of resistance. I think we come upwards though. So I think my reckon is, if you compare what happened in this 4-5 day area and what happened with here. So we had this movement for momentum, positive VWAP, but the momentum was negative. And as I talked about, momentum is more about the trend rather than the significant couple of candles. So I think we could maybe continue to have negative money flow, but I think if VWAP starts to come upwards, which I think it might do, then eventually the momentum will arc out, which is why I think we're going to have a little bit of plateauing over here, and then it brings us up towards the higher time frames or the higher price points. So in terms of how we bottomed, I do think we could see, I think we have some steps down to stay towards 61.3, 62, and then we come upwards. So if you look at the chart, obviously, just try and avert your eyes from the mess. As you can see, I think we have some more steps down. Oh, this is going to be hard to show. So, you know, let me draw it as an area. Oh, no, that's worse. That's even worse. Okay, imagine the fib is the area. So, nah, that's bad as well. I need to get a good... Okay, no, this is good. This will be good. Okay. So this green area, so I think we have some steps to move down within this green area. I think we do have some steps. I think we do have possibility of having a general... This is daily, by the way. More general daily movement downwards for Bitcoin, and then we move upwards is what I think for. So I think we have a bit more negative movement, and then we move upwards. So have we bottomed? I think we're near the bottom right now, and we'll plateau and then go upwards. Everything will bleed against Bitcoin if it drops. Yeah, I mean, I said that with Ethereum. I'm reckoning what my reckons are with Bitcoin. If they're wrong, then everything's going to be wrong. But whatever Bitcoin does, things will kind of follow suit anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it. Again, with Ethereum as well, I'll quickly go back to the daily, just show you what I talked about. The 4 hour even. There we go. See, I think something like this happened. These will be resistance points, something towards 3280. Solana is where we're going to next. Let's have a quick look at Solana, and then we'll move on to the reckoned coins. We'll move on to which we have recorded, by the way. We have Near Protocol, BXN, and Pixel Coin. This is the midstream reminder. If you've got a coin you want me to cover, put it in the chat. Sorry, I'm burping funny because I need water. I don't have any water with me. If you've got any coins you want me to cover, anything I'm doing right now, I'll do it on your charts. Just put it in the chat. I will read out if... What's going on with my light? Screen's like really... Oh, whoops. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me refresh my camera. Problem is, you nudge... For me, anyway, I nudge my camera by a tiny bit and then everything goes wrong. Oh, there we go. So yeah, okay. Now I need to move on to what I was doing. Why is it so bright? Let me fix this. Like a ghost. However, I don't care. I don't care. It can be a mess. I don't really care. Let me move everything back. There we go. I'm really sorry I missed. Don't worry. I will recap. Yeah, just watch it at the end of the stream or something. Let me move that back. There we go. Smash a like, absolutely. Smash a like. If you're watching, you know what? If you're watching the start of the stream, or you've been watching the stream in general, or you've been here 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. If you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, just like it. It supports us. It helps the algorithm. It's a free way of helping us in the algorithm and showing support. And it doesn't cost you a thing. All you have to do, scroll your mouse, click it, boink, and then go back upwards. And then that's what you got to do. So, you know, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I can't make you do anything. But, you know, it'd be nice. So, Solana. So, as I've explained previously, we have a big old daily order block. And as I mentioned, within daily order blocks on the lower time frames, we will be moving within them. However, as you can see, we've been clearly... It's beautiful. Sorry. Let me shimmy that. If you shimmy it a tiny bit, it's perfect. It's just perfect. Move downwards. Exact movement to the midpoint. The midpoint's brilliant. It's a daily order block. You're not going to get better than that. It is a daily order block. I reiterate again, you can't get better than a daily order block. You can get a weekly order block, to be fair, or a monthly, but can you even get a monthly on time frames? Probably can't you? Get 12 months. Wow. So yeah, great, brilliant. I didn't not expect this. I knew this was going to happen. Boom, touch midpoint, come down. Where have we come to? Basically down here. Obviously, we've got symbol significance, the best support and resistance drawing indicator on TradingView ever. If anyone tells you otherwise, they are wrong. And I'm always right because I'm the Oracle, as you all know already. This is the best support resistance drawing. And it's also, I'm not biased at all. It is our indicator, which we are also giving away on Wednesday, which I've already said twice now. So if you do want this support resistance drawing, it is dynamic and it is active. So if you go on the 1 hour and zoom back 6 months, you're not going to find it because it is actively drawing. So it makes it easy for quick analysis. And I have, apart from all the blocks, I don't remember the last time I drew. I looked at the volume profile, because what we used to do, I remember, one of the main stories I remember is when we looked at Solana. I remember there was a stream in specific. There was about 20 lines on the screen, and you couldn't see. There was more white than there was navy blue, because there was so many support and resistance lines based on the volume. Because I got the volume profile, which looks like this if you guys have never seen it before. Let's just get that. It looks like this, but it's on the right hand side. I had this line, this line, this line, this line, this line. It's a palette of, it's good, it works, but it's a waffle. Okay, it was a lot of effort as well. You had to do it. It was monotonous. You had to draw it for every chart, but with some significance, it draws it automatically. It finds the best, because the algorithm basically, it analyzes the volume profile, but it also finds the price action which matches with the volume profile. So as you can see, we have tested this midpoint. Now this is an amalgamation between the volume points and price action actually respecting these volume points. And this kind of imaginary area is a 2% padding. I always talk about 2% paddings. I think they're great. I think they work pretty good. They always help me. I can give an example, maybe somewhere over here. Maybe you can see we'll touch within the area pretty good, but a lot of the time our print and our confirmation will actually be within the 2% padding below it. Obviously here, it's a bit differently, but it's not exactly the same for every single chart, but you know what I mean. But yeah, going back to this, it's just brilliant. Look how brilliant that midpoint is. Brilliant midpoint. It is absolutely brilliant. So daily order block, brilliant. Support down here, brilliant. What I think is going to happen, we've got pretty much complete negativity on the 4 hour. I'm not going to look at the 1 hour, can't bother. Negativity, we are oversold though, but complete negativity nonetheless. What does that mean? I think our lowest point will be 132. I don't know if we'll slip below any more. Let me adjust this a bit. It's a bit wrong. Here we go. 132.5. So I think I think again, similar to everything else. I'm going to delete this, even though everyone screenshot this in your mind, because obviously it means it's an example of how I was right. I sound really cocky. I'm sorry. Move down, hoverage, discombobulation machine, come upwards. So yeah, let's go on daily. I'm being pretty fast, I've noticed, but I do have what a cheap reward. No. Close this. I don't want to miss buddy. I don't. Well, you're not very much of a buddy, and you're also not very nice. But if you're talking about the boxes, if you're talking about the common box, I don't know if it's a common box right now. If you're talking about the common boxes, they are just they're basically just a method of getting people to interact. It's an interaction method. We just get people to talk, and it's a method of kind of keeping everyone going within the stream, keeping them active. We don't want no interaction within the stream, and then people leave. So it's not supposed to make you rich. We always talk about this. We're not here to make you rich. We're here to stop people from being poor, from stupid advice mainly, and shilling. We don't do any of that here. But like I said, these boxes aren't going to make you rich. They're not going to be something which will give you like $1 every box. It's not going to be anything like that. If you do want to make the money, follow what I'm literally just look at the screen and follow what I'm doing, and maybe trade on it. Not financial advice. Do it based on your own research. Just follow what I'm doing on the screen. If you find a trade within the data I'm talking about, take the trade, and you'll earn way more money than you will ever earn from doing our boxes. But think about what you're really doing when you when you do one of these boxes. You're putting a text in which has already been given to you. So you're not doing anything. You're not adding anything. With trading, obviously, the reason why you earn from trading is because you're risking your capital. With common boxes, you're not doing anything. But also, if you're talking about, I assume you're not talking about some significance, because if I was to evaluate some significance, I think it's about a $1 billion indicator, and I think it is an absolute steal to get it for free. That's my opinion, and I'm totally not biased because it is my Crypto Warehouse's indicator. Let's move on to the daily. So we can see, again, it's the same thing with Bitcoin. So seeing as it's the same thing with Bitcoin, I think if Bitcoin does something, I think Solana will do the same thing. If we kind of if we picture our minds back to when we look at the Bitcoin chart, the money flow is the same, the VWAP is the same, and the momentum is the same. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, I think that means we are going to go down here, right about here, to the midpoint, and then hover a bit, and then go back upwards towards the $145 mark. Don't know what happened there. But again, like I said, I'll reiterate what I said for the 4 hour, and what I've said for Bitcoin, and what I've said for Ethereum. We're going to hover down here, we're going to be in the trenches, and we're going to move upwards. So I think the general consensus is I think we should expect a positive movement within the next coming 2 days, let's say, maybe 3. I don't think 4 worst case. I think worst case 7 days. I think we're going to be in the trenches for a bit now, and we're going to consolidate down here and then all the way upwards back to our respective high points for each coin. So I think that's generally it for these main coins anyway. So we've got Near Protocol, BXN, and Pixel Coin. We are 50 minutes into the stream. Obviously, we had the intro. We are 15 minutes in. So let me go to Near. Quickly have a bit of analysis on here. I haven't looked at this ever. So let me go on the daily, see if there's anything. I'll do the daily in 4 hour. I don't know if I can bother to do the 1 hour. What is this down here? Seems to be a little situation then. Also, I probably have analysed, but I'm going to delete it all because I don't want it. So I'm going to do the daily, find any order blocks maybe, and then move on to the 4 hour and then do some analysis in the 4 hour and then see what's going on. So I'm trying to look. It seems like we've got a consistent kind of high point here, as you can see. I forgot to look at the heat map for Solana, but I can't bother, I'm not gonna lie. We've got $7.16. Actually, let me just do a long line at this point if I want the price point. There we go. So we've got $7.14 here as our high point, which we're coming off, which is a decent point here. This is a pretty trash order block, but I'm going to draw it anyway because who's going to stop me? So we've got support, we've got resistance. Fine, we've found our support and resistance. We have complete negativity on the daily. Complete negativity on daily. What does this mean? I say short right now. Don't care. Put all your life savings in it. Not financial advice. That is a complete joke. Is that a long or a short? That is a short. That is a long, I mean. So lowest point, I would be conservative about it. I'd also want to get a two risk reward ratio. This would give you 15.23%. I might short Near because I think everything's going to go down. I'm going to short Near. Let me whip up the ye old trading platform. Oh, my camera's lagged. What happened? Sort this out. Camera's lagged again. Ridiculous. Anyway, I think I'm going to trade this actually. I'm actually quite. For some reason, I'm just overly confident in this one. Let me sign in. Got a question from Kava, apparently. Yep. To authenticate my login so we can do this trade. I think it might go well. I haven't traded in a while, live anyway. I think this might be a good trade. Seeing as though I think everything's going to move down generally, I might take this trade. There we go. I think there's Near's on this platform. I'll show the platform in a minute so we can show. Oh, the thing's been wrong the entire time on the corner. There we go. There's some things I'll only just notice now because things just lag. Perfect. Near is there, so we can trade it. Brilliant. So I don't know what gets hidden, so I'm going to bring this up on the screen. Hopefully nothing appears really. Perfect. That is brilliant. Okay. Okay. So I think we can trade this. I don't want to do anything. Okay. So our percentage is about 15% possible profit. So I think what I might do. A 10x wouldn't be bad, but obviously it'd hurt up there. But 150% profit would be pretty good. A 10x isn't that bad. Oh, so many options. 50x now. I think a 10x is all right. I think I'll leave it as a 10x. We'll just do a market. There we go. So we'll get a trade going, maybe. Let me also check the comments. Also, I've got someone from reading the comments. So Kava, I know you asked. From GM, okay, the person who is relaying these questions from the person from GM Sir, is that the whole thing, or did you forget to post the question? There, I'm here. Let me get this trade going. This is the day. Oh, I just realized this is actually a daily trade, so I might want to be careful about this. Where am I? AX would be good. That would give 128% profit. Be pretty good, and you don't get noticed on the heat maps. That's some secret sauce there. So I guess I might just put it in, but it is over the day, so might have to give this 3 days, which will hurt a bit. I am pretty positive on this negativity. Look, complete negativity on the daily. I don't want to get wicked. That's the only issue I have with this is if we get wicked. I don't know what would happen because it seems like we support there, boom, support there, boom. But to bear in mind, there is this pretty large order block here, which we just completely ignored, and we use this as resistance anyway. So we'll have to see what happens here. You know what I might do? What I could do, what I might do actually is I could do a limit towards $7.14 because it means if we bounce and then go upwards, we'll probably come downwards again, and either we'll come to support and we won't go down, or it's a hard one actually. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to trade just yet. I don't think this is a perfect entry. I'm going to wait a bit because I'm not fully confident in it yet. Because I want to bypass this midpoint here, this middle kind of support point here. As you can see, we're kind of having difficulty what's going on right now. But I'm pretty negative on it. That's the thing. I'm pretty negative with what's going on. I think we're going to come down, especially since I think everything else is going to come down. I do think I want this to come down. So, yeah. Okay, I'll keep my eye on it. I'll keep the trade ready. I'll keep it to 9. There we go. I'll keep the trade ready in the background, and then we'll move on to the next coin. But again, I think we'll come down. And that's all I'm going to have to say. I think we'll come down. So now we're on to BXN. Okay. Right, so there's not a lot of data. That's okay. So we'll go on to the 1 hour. Actually, we could probably do the 4 hour actually, and see what's going on. Do we have any order blocks or anything of the sort which would suggest some sort of resistance or support? Oh, that's kind of close, but it's not quite an order block there. There's something slightly there, but this surpassed it anyway. This seems like quite a relatively new coin, so obviously price is going to be having to find if it's there or not. It looks like we're coming down though. What I could probably maybe see happening is we've kind of had, where's my pen? There it is. So obviously we came down and then we bounced, and then obviously we bounced off this position. So it seems like we might have something there. And then we came here and then came back up, and then now we're coming down pretty rapidly. So it could be a test scenario, and then maybe a comeback upwards. I don't know if it'll be that sharp though. But again, momentum's coming down. Money flow's coming down, VOP's coming down. I think we have general negativity, maybe coming towards this low point, which should give about 4% move down, and then maybe a move upwards. But again, I don't think it's gonna be a move upwards. I don't know how much this pays attention to the market. However, if the market generally moves down a bit more, I think we do have more negative movement. So I think in general we might see negative movement. So give about maybe a 4% move down here. Let me get this properly done. There we go. So stop loss could take about maybe, that's pretty trash stop loss, but you get about 4% move down if you trade it right now. I don't know if we'll go any lower. If we would, actually this seems like a pretty consistent price point down here. So worst case scenario, which could happen, because if Bitcoin comes back down to its low point, which it could do, it could come as low as this. So actually I'm gonna kind of give worst case scenario and draw it from here. There we go, and then draw that there. So a two risk reward ratio would give it there, which is this top point for. So it seems like, as you can see here, we've kind of got a top line here. Hold on. We've tested. Actually, it's more so here with wicks. So actually, the wick point, these wicks would actually be where the 2% padding would be, or the 2 risk reward. Actually, I'd actually up it to 1.94, which would be about there. But again, we are up here now. So this could be even better now. So it'd give about an 8.89% move down, but you'd have to give it a bit in terms of, you'd have to give it a multiple 4 hours. So give it 2 days, you might get this trade. 8.889% profit. Again, I think we move down. So I think for Black Thought, we move down. Yeah, I think we move down. So I'm now looking at Pixel Coin. I think this is the right coin. I hope it is. If it's not, then I'm sorry. Quick look at the day. How much data do we have? Okay, we have a slight bit of enough to look. We have a daily order block here. What it looks like. See, daily order block. We okay. This is typical daily order block. Actually, let me draw this properly. There we go. So daily order block. Used it. Tested the midpoint. Quick liquidity. Break a block. Slit below. Order block. So resistance. Money flow come down. VWAP come down. Momentum come down. So I think maybe that line there come towards it. That would give about 5% move down. Quickly go to the 4 hour, just see what's going on. It's come as low as here. Try to see if there's any like 4 hour order blocks which actually could suggest some sort of support point, which would stop us coming that low. Okay, I think, you know what, I'm gonna keep it broad. I think we move down more towards maybe testing this point. Again, I think everything's gonna come down anyway, so I think we move down. So this will be daily, so give it 2 days. Again, I think everything, give it 2 days. So yeah, so I think BlackRock or the Black, was it BlackRock or Black, whatever it was, the BXN coin, 8.89% move down, I think was the coin. For Pixel, I think there's about a 5% move down. For NEAR, I think there's a 15% move down. So let me go back to NEAR really quick. I think we have a really good move down here. I think we have a really nice move down. I don't actually know, to be fair, I don't know. I mean, you could probably say it's like kind of a, actually, is it going to go that low? I do not know. But again, since everything else is pretty low, to be fair, we could maybe have something here as support, which would also not be, you know, very nice in terms of how low we go. But I think we do have some pretty negative movement coming for NEAR. Seeing how negative we are, look, we haven't even started a proper negative movement for NEAR. So this will have to invert. So okay, how long did this? Okay, so think about this. How long since the 17th of April till the 29th is how long it took, or 28th is how long this took us to invert our momentum. So we have more than like 5 days of negative movement for NEAR coming, possibility wise. Money first coming down, VWAP's coming down. I think we're completely negative. I think we're in the start of a negative movement for NEAR. This movement in total is about 15.23%. I didn't forget Pixel, I did it just now. So yeah, I think Pixel 5% move down. The Black, I think it's BlackRock coin, I think it is 8.89% move down. I think NEAR we have a possibility of a 15% move down, considering how negative we're about to become, and how Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum are all going to be moving down. I might be looking to short NEAR. Like I said, I've got this kind of ready, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see, because, you know, even though we have negativity on everything, we have a 4 hour support point. So I might wait. I might wait till we come towards maybe down here. This 2% panning. So actually, let me refresh this scenario. Oh, 2% panning be there. So you see, that's what I'm worried about. So what I might actually, I'm gonna redo. Okay, I think we might have a 12% move down. I think we have a 12% move down, because I'm gonna wait until we come below this support point, because we've been using it. I think if we come below the support point, I think we have easy movement downwards towards. Oh wow, we have, okay. This line might be important as well, but I think I'm gonna wait till this support point breaks and then we come down. But again, like I said, with what's going on with what's going on with Bitcoin, I think we have negative movement and then we wait a couple of days. So I think we have like a week. We have at least a week of pretty negativity until we start to become bullish again on pretty much everything. So I'm gonna wait and then short this. So if you join RTG, I will probably post a link if I take this trade. If I don't take it, I'm not gonna post anything. If I take this, I'll post it in the trading area. I haven't posted in the trading area in a while. I haven't traded in a while, to be fair. But yeah, if I do take this, I'll probably put a Telegram message when I do take it. So if any of you are interested in taking this and want to get in at the time I get in, then you can, you know, it's technically a signal. Well, I don't know what the terminology is properly, but if you do want to take it when I take it, then do join our TG. Go to the trading area. I'll post if I trade this, when I trade it, and what price I traded it for, and then you guys can do that too if you wanted to. Not financial advice. Do your own research. But I think 12.3, you know, a 10x. If we break, cause I think what I'm going to do is, if I was to short it right now, I'd probably do a lower leverage. But I think if we break the support point, I think I'd do a high leverage, which would mean maybe a 10x, and then we'd probably get, you know, 123% profit. Would be pretty huge. You know, that would be, you know, pretty nice trade. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the stream. You know, I think all the coins I've just covered, I think we're going down in pretty much everything. I think we're going down. So, you know, take that as you will. Not financial advice. I think I'm gonna go back to Bitcoin really quickly just to show what I drew. Again, it's messy. I'm sorry. I need to delete this chart. I need to refresh it. But come down, come upwards is generally what I see going on. So be careful. I think we've got some bear bias or whatever. So, you know, if you're going to be trading within the next, you know, couple of days, then maybe take that on board. If not, I don't know. Ash Regali, I love you. I love you too. Thank you. That was a very nice comment. I love all of you guys. All of you. Obviously, if you're new or old, if you're really new and you joined 2 minutes ago, obviously there's going to be some sort of waiting. Obviously, the people who've been here for a while, I'm gonna, you know, kind of love them a bit more. But I'm not discriminating here. You know, all of you watching, thank you for saying that comment. That's very nice of you. Hopefully, it was a good stream. I think it was a good stream. I think it was good analysis. I think today was good analysis. Some streams I feel it a bit more than others. I think sometimes some streams I'm like, I don't really feel like that was I didn't do the charts justice. I didn't do you guys justice. But I think today, I think I did. I think it was a pretty good job of analysis. I think there's more of a clear-cut movement of what's going on right now in general. So yeah, like I said, good luck to everybody. You know, good luck with all your trading. You can take this on board if you want. If you don't, I won't feel insulted. Don't worry. But again, like I said, if you've got any coins you want me to cover, just put it in the TG as well for next stream. I do check it. I think it's been a while since someone did that. But just do it on the stream anyway. I'm gonna if you've joined the stream and gone, I really like this, I'm gonna join next stream. Bear in mind, if you want coin covering, put it in the chat. But with all that being said, subscribe, support the channel. It's free. I'd appreciate it. Mike would appreciate it. You'd appreciate it. Your future self would appreciate it because you'd be learning all this amazing details. And also, actually, if you guys are, you know, traders, obviously I'm not saying I'm the perfect trader. I am the Oracle. I'm the best trader out there. That is the character, to be fair. But if you're just learning how to trade and you want the indicators, or you want to ask me questions about trading and what I look for or what my process is, you can ask questions. It's not just about asking for coins. If you're someone who's getting into trading, you know, it's arguable if I'm the best person to learn trading from. But, you know, if you want to ask questions about, you know, trading or charts, it's more than welcome. I'll answer your questions. But thank you all so much. I really appreciate all of you being here. Stay blessed. You stay blessed. Thank you, all of you. I'm not going to keep this any longer. Goodbye. See you Wednesday, where we'll be giving away simple signals. Join that stream. That'll be a good stream. It'll be with Mike. It'll be in the office. It'll be funny. It'll be cool. It's more of a relaxed stream as well because, you know, Saturday stream we do news, we do this, that, the other. But on Wednesday it's going to be a bit more relaxed. We're going to talk to you guys. So if you want to talk, Wednesday's your time. Thank you, all of you, so much for watching, and goodbye.
Come on, Bincy.